And hello everybody. Welcome back to Runescape. It is 9 a.m. I am super tired because I'm trying to readjust my sleep schedule, force myself back onto a normal schedule. Um, Today we're just going to be doing some gathering skills. Um, Lure bait, I can't use this fishing spot. So it used to be, way back when I started, that you could you had to actually have like a net in your inventory or whatever. Oh, I should mention I did some editing of the interface. Might still do some more, but I've added the drops category so you can see exactly what we've gotten, and I might keep that up the whole time. That could be interesting. Um, but yeah, and I've just done some other minor things, emotes here, etc. Um, and we are currently entering. There we go, net spot. The Lumbridge Swamps. It used to be a lot more terrifying than it is, to be honest. The hell? Okay. Yeah. See, that's the awesome thing about RuneScape. Yes, we get it. The awesome thing about RuneScape is I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. I'm gonna go search it right now. There's nothing there of any use to you. It's a quest item. It's a quest item of some sort. There's a quest involved there. I don't know what that quest is. I've been playing this for like 15 years. I don't know what that quest is. So, yeah. That's a great thing. There's always something new somewhere. If you look hard enough. You can always find something new. Anyways, used to be you had to have a fishing net or an axe or whatever in your inventory or wield it in your hand before you could do these skills. Then, many years ago, they added the tool belt, which would store all these tools on your belt, so you didn't have to have them in your inventory. It wasn't cluttering up your bank. It wasn't, all this other stuff. But even that has changed now, where for some reason, on starting a new account, you get a tool belt that's already filled with all these things. Which I guess it makes sense from a game design perspective, where you're not forcing your players to go through all these hoops or whatever. But you'd think people who are playing a hardcore Iron Man, they already have another account, right? They already have an account, and they, of all people, they would want to have to do everything themselves. So why give them a full belt? Why not make them go and seek out? There we go, level 2. Level 2 fishing. And yeah, fishing is always been my jam. Essentially, I've always done fishing, like even way back, like in the classic days. So, I figured while we're doing this incredibly grindy task, just standing on a beach fishing with a net, I'm just gonna talk for a little bit about my history with RuneScape. So, it's 2002. Okay, it's 2002. I've just started, not just started, but I was in high school. I think I was a freshman at the time. And I'm in my computer class, which is really more typing than computers. And this is in 2002, so no one really needs this class. It's more of just a sort of do whatever you want class. But there are assignments. We have to do these typing exercises, blah, blah, blah. It's very boring. But I look next to me, and the guy next to me is playing this very strange-looking, interesting-looking game. And I asked him what it was, and he said, "Oh, it's this game called RuneScape. It's really cool." I'm like, "Okay, okay." And he said that because he got all of his stuff done, really quickly, he's got a lot of time to play this game. So I'm like, "Okay, I'll get all my stuff done really quickly too." And I just, breeze through these typing exercises. Before I was like taking my time because I didn't want to be sitting there with nothing to do, but now it's like get it done as fast as I can. I think I even found a way to exploit the program that we were using for typing, where it was like, as long as you got most of the letters right, it didn't matter how many other letters were in there, so you could basically just sort of spam the keyboard. Especially when it was asking about typing speed. You could just sort of spam the keyboard and just go, 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 go. And my grades were always great. But I started playing RuneScape in the time when I wasn't doing classwork, essentially. And I had a lot of... This is a fun game. We know this is a fun game. I'm trying to think. So, it was close to the end of the year, I think, if I remember correctly, when I noticed that the guy next to me wasn't playing the same game anymore. And I asked him, and he said, no, this is still RuneScape. This is just the RuneScape 2 beta. And it was, this sort of 3D style versus the, sort of weirdly isometric 3D, isometric 2D sprite-based thing that it was before. Very very early 2000s Paint-esque, MS Paint style graphics. And it wasn't that anymore. It was this new, shiny, polygon graphic style in like 2002, 2003, or whatever it was. God, I don't remember. That may have even been another year. It was a long time ago. Hard to remember that far back. But I remember I saw him playing it, and I was jealous because only members could play the beta at the time. And my solution to that at the time was members get to play RuneScape 2, whereas the entire members world was open to RuneScape 1 players. They just open it all up, but they'd separate the two games. And he didn't like that, of course. It was a bad idea. I don't like that idea now. I wouldn't want to play that old game. Oh man, this music. This music, though. I need to bring up the music box, actually. Where is it? I forget. There it is. Music player. Yeah, okay, I get it. I can't carry any more fish. Okay. So I'm going to drag out the music player, drop it down, and expand it. If I can get a hold of an edge... There we go. There. Okay. Yeah. Whatever else you may think about this game, the sheer amount of complexity in its customization options is absolutely insane. I have never seen a game with this amount of customization. So in any case, way back, it was this, oddly isometric style game, whatever, and then they changed it, and I wasn't super happy with it. Oh, you know what? I need to remember the old patterns now, because I'm not playing this with the members and all the advantages. I have to remember, before I bring this to the bank, I need to use a range, not a fire, because ranges have fewer chances to burn things. And I'm not going to be able to sell these. These would be for me to use or to drop or whatever. So I need them for food. So we're going to cook all this food that we just fished. And then we're going to bank it. Awesome. So yeah, the beta came out. Only members could play it. I was super jelly. Later on, I got the opportunity to actually play the beta, which was great. Well, actually, it was after the beta process was over. Once after the release, it was like, okay, everyone can play now. Great. And I switched over, and I basically never looked back. I've played Classic again every now and then, just because it was interesting. But oh, okay. I've played it every now and then just for nostalgia value. I think I've since lost access to the Classic servers because only people who have played during an open Classic weekend, which are very rare, or who played Classic when their account, when Classic was the only thing, only they can still have access to the servers. But they don't maintain those servers. They don't update them. They don't do bot fix. They don't do bot busting. But taking care of bots and automated accounts in the game. They don't do bug fixes. They don't do anything. It's exactly as it was with no changes whatsoever. Alright. Moving on then. And yeah, burnt shrimp are useless, essentially. 0 price each. So I've gone back to it every now and then for nostalgia value, but not for any sort of serious play. Look at that. You can examine the butterfly. How great is that? How great is that? Seriously. But I've never really wanted to play it again, like, as a serious thing. So that came out, and that started a series of obsessions and falling outs, essentially. I just want to make sure I was still recording. There we go. A series of obsessions and falling outs, essentially, where I'd play the game obsessively for months or even years, and then I'd just stop entirely and go do something else. Especially when Minecraft came out, I was just like, no, I'm done with everything else. I'm practically dropped out of school to play Minecraft. I mean, I was in college at the time. I was in my senior year, and I skipped so many classes to play Minecraft in it. It was ridiculous, but I did it. Screw you guys. No, but oh boy, sorry, I'm very, very tired, as I said. Yeah, so I got my brother into it as well during high school, and we would play RuneScape on different computers essentially, and he was actually better at the game than I was per se, but he was really into the PvP, the player killing aspect of it, and I was not, absolutely not. But for a long time, I remember we were actually scared to bring it home to our house, essentially, because our mother was a Christian fundamentalist. She still kind of is, but she's mellowed about it a lot. And we were concerned because the game involves mid-level combat involves killing demons. I was like, ooh, demons, fundamentalism, they don't really go together that well. And we'd already had an experience with Pokemon because, like, Focus on the Family said something or whatever. So it wasn't the greatest situation. But yeah, we wound up bringing it home anyways, and no one really cared. And so we brought it home so we could play for... What was it? What were those old CDs? The old AOL CDs, right? I don't think it was AOL. It was another company, but same concept, where we got like 20 hours of dial-up internet for free per month that we shared between us. So it's like, here we were playing for like an hour at a time, a few times a month, and then my mom tried to convince me and my brother to let our youngest brother join in, or not in RuneScape, but just in internet usage in general. And we were like, no, because see, we're playing real games, and he's just gonna play these shitty, browser games or whatever. And he was autistic as well, so it's like, not to be insensitive, but my younger self was pretty much a dick, and we were like, he's not gonna appreciate it. Yeah. So we were absolutely adamant that we were not going to split our time 3 ways. 2 ways was too much. We were pestering her constantly to get us a proper internet connection. And yeah, eventually we got one, of course. But most of the time after that, we were playing at school or at my dad's office at the university where he taught. So I played on a Mac a lot back then, because music school, music stuff. He was playing. He was working with a lot of artistic types, and every artistic type in the universe likes Mac. Go figure. So yeah, I played on Mac a lot back in the day. Um, eventually, we got a proper. We moved past dial-up. We got a DSL line, was it? I think it was. I know my mom's internet was always better than ours because she worked from home, and she was a computer programmer. So she's like, I need to be able to, in like 2006 or whatever, stream another computer onto my computer, essentially. You know, like I need to be able to stream a computer onto my computer to, like, you know, do screen sharing and all of this stuff that, you know, you need to do. But yeah, she always had better internet than we did, but for a while anyways. And mostly because her connection was then separate, and our intensive data usage for this, which can imagine these graphics are maybe a quarter as good as they are now. Our intensive data usage would not slow down her internet at all. She remains actually very skeptical about games in general. She's a computer programmer, yes, but she's always seen computers as a tool, not a toy. So, which makes sense, I guess. She was, you know, learning to program when they were still using punch cards. But yeah, so I've played for all that, you know, all that time, and then I gave it up sometime like in senior year for a few years, and I came back, and then I gave it up again, and I came back to it again. And yeah, you'll notice I'm gaining cooking levels a lot faster than I'm getting fishing levels. That's because you get more XP for cooking a thing than you do for catching it. And I guess that's because you burn them often enough. And because, for regular accounts anyways, a major strategy in money making early on is to sell, you know, raw fish on the market so that other people can cook them. Oh, no. Bank chest. Now, I will say too that you are supposed to, always use a bank pin when you're playing, but it really wouldn't make sense to use a bank pin because I'm playing this online. I'm playing this for the internet. They would see my bank pin. My strategy is going to be, you know, keep my account secure, and I won't have to worry about anyone hacking me, essentially. Yeah, I'm not going to get hacked because no one's going to be able to get into my account. Unless they have hardware access, I suppose. But if someone has hardware access to my PC, like if someone is physically in my room accessing my PC, I have bigger problems than a hacker trying to get at my hardcore Iron Man Runescape account. At that point, I have larger problems in mind. But yeah, and then, so the first account that I had, that was the one that I made in 2002 or whatever, and I left in 2012 on another sabbatical from the game, essentially. And I tried to come back in 2015, and my account had been hacked, used as a bot, and permanently banned. And there's never any way to undo that. They won't even look at petitions. They won't even... The only way for them to ever unban you for that sort of thing, for botting, because they do have a literal zero tolerance policy, the only way for them to ever do that is for you to actually talk to in person, or like in, you know, one-on-one communication, one of the actual, like, programmers, one of the people who works at Jagex, the JMods. And if they, you know, they hear you out and they believe you, they might unban you. So yeah, eventually they did wind up doing so. They did, not unbanning me per se, but they were doing a whole thing where they were releasing a bunch of names, and, like, removing the names from accounts that had been banned for botting or banned for whatever. And I guess it triggered a reassessment of my account and my stuff, because I sent out several, like, petitions to be unbanned or whatever. And none of them went anywhere because it was their policy not to look for that sort of thing. So I guess it triggered a reassessment or whatever, where they did decide to go look at it, and they said, you know what? Okay, well, we'll give him his account back. But what they did was basically they replaced my account with a brand new account. So all my skills were gone, all my items were gone, my name was gone, and my 15-year account time was gone. So, like when it said, when they released capes for 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years, back at their 15th anniversary, I couldn't access any of them, even though that account had been made since 2002. I couldn't access any of them. So it was like, well, I can't keep using this account. There's no way I'm going to rebuild from nothing on an account that's effectively brand new, because at this point I had started to use a secondary account that I had made in, like, I think it was around 2006, 2000 something. 2006, roughly? Yeah, I think so. No, 2007, I think. Whatever. The point was, it was a skiller account. It was a level 3 pure account, which is where you keep all your combat skills at level 1, and you just level up the other skills. And various sorts of pures existed. There were defense pures, where you kept your defense at 1 and leveled up the other 2. And it gave you a much lower total level, or a much lower combat level for PvP, where you'd run in, everyone would assume you're a lower level than you are, and then you just wail on them with super high attacks, essentially. There were combat accounts where you literally kept 10 hit points as long as possible. 10 constitution. Or as low a constitution level as possible by training in ways that didn't also train constitution, in order to, again, keep that level low. And the idea was to hit as hard as you could and kill people really quickly. I never did any of that, but I did do the skiller account, and that account, it was never high level, but I brought it out instead of my original account, and that's the account that I'm using right now. The account that I'm using right now is the one, is the skiller account. So it's still 10 years old. It's still a 10 years old account. But I don't have my super awesome, super old account anymore. I mean, it wasn't awesome either. It had like 399s. 90 skills brought up all the way up to level 99. Technically speaking, my new one doesn't have any, but that's because I don't play the game in order to race to the top level. I play the game to have fun and to chill out. I'm not interested in the super sweaty, super clicky, maximum XP per hour, oh, I have to get everything exactly right, etc. I just chill, man. I just have fun, I just have fun. I lounge. I literally just lean back in my chair, have a good time. So yeah, for now anyways, I'm going to keep recording everything I do, basically. There's not going to be anything I do that isn't on the video. Probably later on when I'm no longer gaining 20 levels an episode, I might decide to not record everything. But I'm still going to do everything in like one swoop, if you will. I'm not going to do editing for this series, because I don't need the stress in my life. I definitely will do all quests on camera, and I will try my best not to use any guides to do quests. I'll definitely do all the quests on camera. I will definitely do most combat on camera, because that's where I can die. Unless it's something that I can kill really easily, I'm probably going to do it on camera, because if I die, it's all over, and I don't want to miss a death. Now, technically, there is an item that you can purchase for a whole mess of gold that will... Which, gold is even more rare on this account because you can't sell anything to players for any amount of money. So yeah, I can buy a thing for a whole ton of gold that if I die, it will simply convert me into an Iron Man account without the hardcore element. So I'll still be able to die. I'll be able to die. I just won't I won't be able to, trade with other players and all of that. But I don't think I'll buy it. I think that I will stick with this account as far as it goes. And who knows where I'll get. I want to max it out. I want eventually, if this is popular and people like this, and I like this, especially going forward, I might, get every skill up to the maximum level, which some of them, oh, yay, I guess. Fish Flingers competition entry ticket. I've never done Fish Flingers. I might actually do it at some point later. Yeah, I might do Fish Flingers next time then. Next episode, because there were only about 2 minutes left in this one. But yeah, I'd have to buy membership. I'd have to, with real money. I'd have to do all that. But I don't mind supporting this game, honestly. I don't pay for membership on my other account, mostly because I don't have to. I've got enough money on that account, and I just got... So, on my other account, I obtained an item from something called a treasure trail, which is like a treasure hunt across the map, essentially, and at the end there's a reward. And I obtained an item from that, which got me 800 million gold. And as I said, bonds are about 15 million gold, so it's like, oh, okay, I have membership for a year now. And then I just recently got another reward from a thing that I can't do. What's it called? This treasure hunter right here. I can't do that on this account, but on that account, I randomly used 2 of my keys for the day, loot box sort of thing. I randomly used 2 of my keys for the day and got 200 million gold, just bam, right away. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. Okay, so that's 1 billion gold I've gotten randomly, randomly off this game. So I have no need to pay for membership on the other account, and I don't have a ton of money. So I'm not going to be paying for membership yet. With this one, with this account, I'm going to do everything that non-members has to offer. Every skill, every minigame, every boss, every, distraction that this game has to offer. Every quest. I will do them all. And only then will I upgrade to members, if I have the money and the time and the will at the time. There goes my alarm. So, I'm going to finish off this inventory, cook it, and then we're going to call it a day, essentially. And tomorrow, we're going to do Fish Flingers, and we're going to do a quest. And aside from that, I don't know what we'll do. But Fish Flingers and a quest, for certain. I honestly, I look forward to making these episodes now. I looked forward to it yesterday, making another one today. And I don't know why. There's something fresh about it, something interesting. It's good. There we go. Inventory done. And as your cooking level goes up, you will stop burning as often. And once you hit a certain point... there's a certain level for every food where you will no longer burn food. Ever. Oh, there's another guy. He's just started, too. I can hit examine on players as well. He didn't just start. But, yeah, see, he's a lot lower level than I am. So, well, a lot. He's like half my level, but that's not saying much. At level 10. Combat level 10, total level 74, with 6,000 total XP. Yeah, I've got so much. Yeah, like, what's this Nexus? Can I do anything with that in non-members? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever done anything with the Nexus. The Guardian of the Nexus. What is it? I don't know. I have to check it out. And once I get all once I get all the stuff done in non-members, I'll go out to members. Oh, 75 milestone. Great. Once I get all this stuff done in non-members, I'll go on to members, and I'll have the same policy, if you will. I'm still gonna show most of the combat, if not all of it. I'm still gonna show all the quests, all the mini games, all of that. Might show a bunch of skilling as well. If I just want to do a talky episode, I'll just skill and talk, essentially. Alright, so let's go and bank my stuff. But yeah, I'm going to make this my daily show, and I'm going to do this. This is going to be my promise to myself to do this every single day at 9 o'clock. 9 to 9:30, recording every day, uploaded by 10, every day, 10 a.m. This will be sort of my excuse to, let's drop those, deposit those. We've got 70 shrimp. It's actually enough to do combat for a while. I also have to use these cabbages at some point. You know, let's put the Earth Talisman down there. Yeah, bread dough, cabbage, and shrimp. Cabbage actually heals more, but there's no skill involved in gathering it, so I don't like to. Alright, so I will see you all... One second. I have to get into the habit of doing this now. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.